Hey guys, this is Adnan and welcome to my channel. For those of you who've never been to my channel, I usually talk about merch by Amazon, so how I started, my strategies, that kind of thing. It's an early days channel, so make sure you support it and come back and check it out. I'll be dropping lots and lots of great content. But for today's video, I'll be talking about everything you need to know, everything you need to prepare for to start your merch by Amazon business. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is, guys, you need to live and breathe the content policies by Merch by Amazon. If you don't, you will get lots of rejections and you'll have your account shut down. You don't want to come back to the groups and say, oh guys, how do I get my accounts back? It's already too late. You need to make sure you follow these policies. So I'm going to go through them, guys, for you. They've just had an update which has made a lot of people panic, but I'll go through everything, so hopefully we can clear up all the confusions. Right, so the first thing you guys need to make sure you follow is copyright. Right, copyright, the way I would explain it is, if you didn't make it, you didn't create it yourself, so the image or the concept, and you copy someone else's work word for word, pixel for pixel, that is a no-no. You need to stay away from that kind of thing. Absolutely, don't even try it. I see so many people copy other people's work pixel for pixel. Unfortunately, you're digging yourself a massive hole and you're throwing yourself right into it, because your account is going to get shut down. Ultimately, if you don't get caught the first time or the second time, it will get shut down. So stay away from it. And I'll do a little explanation of copyright in the end, because it's a big area. So what they say here, ask yourself, did I design this or did I copy someone else's work to create this? Designs with the same idea, concepts are allowed. So you can look at a concept, take it, change it, improve on it, but it can't be the same. You have to always add value and come up with your own spin, or put in your own spin in that kind of design. But yeah, you can't copy someone else's work without the owner's permission. I would always just stay away from copying. There's no point. You're there because you're a designer. You've got your own inspiration, creativity, blah blah blah. So you need to bring it into the game. The second thing I want to talk about is trademark. So they don't permit designs that incorporate trademarks which you don't have the right to use. It is your responsibility to always ensure that you check for trademarks. And how you check for trademarks is, you've got USPTO website for the US, and you've got UK IPO and EU IPO in the United Kingdom, and DPMA in Germany, and EU IPO, which is the European Union one. So always make sure you check for trademarks. So an example of a trademark would be the phrase, all I care about is. Even if you add dogs or cats in the end, or unicorns or whatever, that string of words is still trademarked, so you need to stay away from it. International law, so any designs that violate international law. The second bit of the content policy is questionable content, and they split it into different strands here. So you've got the first bit is pornographic content, so anything to do with pornography, just stay away from it. Don't do it. Child exploitation, stay away from that. So anything that depicts minors in sexually suggestive manner, don't do it. It's literally not worth your accounts. Profanity, you can do it, however you can't do it on youth sizes, so stay away from youth sizes with profanity. And I would also always suggest, whenever you're doing profanity, just keep in mind, have some kind of reminder or whatever, that you can't put youth sizes on those. I know sometimes you can work on autopilot and you just forget how you do things, and so yeah, just be careful with that. Promotion of hate or intolerance. So this one, guys, is I think it's quite straightforward. You know, I don't know about how you feel about it, but I think it's straightforward. You know, you can't say anything that incites hateful, hate, or that talks about hate speech and things like that. Just stay away from that kind of thing. And whatever it is, it's to do with, gender identity, or if it's to do with religion, just, yeah, stay away from it. Human tragedy. I see a lot of people, posting designs as soon as a human tragedy happens, whether it is a shooting or a volcano or an earthquake. Don't do it, guys, because Amazon doesn't want you to do it, and it's unethical and it's immoral. Don't do that stuff. You can't profit from someone else's tragedy. Okay? You can say, oh, it's supporting them. Actually, you're not supporting them, you're profiting. So let's, be clear on that. Promotion of violence. So again, it relates to hate speech. If you're trying to promote violence, your accounts will get shut down. Don't do it. Nazism promotion. Again, this is quite clear. You can't do anything that's to do with Nazism. And in the UK, that's specific. You can't talk about mental illness, whether it is in support of or against. It doesn't matter. Don't do it. Okay. Youth size policy. So again, they're protecting youth or kids from questionable content. So whether it is sexually suggestive stuff, or sexual innuendos, even jokes that are related to profanity, just stay away from that. Or drugs or alcohol, vulgarity, profanity, as you can see here. Promotion of violence. Yeah, so read up on the policy and make sure that you stay away from this kind of stuff. Here we go. Number 3 is when most changes have happened. This is like the main update. So firstly, blank designs, you can't have that. So that's been since Amazon, merged by Amazon, got created. The second bit, content mismatching and spelling. You can't have a shirt that says something but you put something else on the title. So for example, I feel okay today, and you write okay as in OKAY on the shirt, but you put okay as in okay on the title or keywords. Yeah. Amazon doesn't see that you should have that, guys, although I don't think they do check it all the time. I think they need to be stricter on that. 3.3 is inaccurate product descriptions. So this one, guys, is the latest update, and this is what most people are panicking about. So I'm going to read it for you guys. Product descriptions should match the product's design and content. For example, if your design displays a cat with lasers, but the description describes the product as a dog playing poker, the description is inaccurate. Other examples include using keywords and descriptions that do not relate to the design or are used to manipulate search results. So what they're saying, guys, is make sure you only include in the keywords what the design is about. So if your design says or shows a dinosaur that's holding a heart, then talk about that, right? Talk about that, but don't talk about Cinco de Mayo and St. Patrick's Day and Jurassic World that you can't use anyway. Do you see where I'm coming from? Make sure you only talk about what's in the design and what's related to the design. But you can't talk about things that will manipulate the search results that that are vaguely related to that design, but you only want to drive traffic to your design. Amazon, you need to realize that Amazon really care about their customers. They swear by it. That's their religion. And anything that upsets the customers, Amazon are going to get pissed off about. So make sure you follow those rules. They are there to make sure that customers are satisfied. And Amazon don't want returns from these customers. And for all they know, the more returns they get, the more customers are going to be pissed off about that. And they're not going to want to return to Amazon to shop. So you need to think about it. If it was your business, what would you do? Would you mislead customers, or would you want to say it how it is, be transparent, and provide that value, and your customers will come back anyway because they can see that you mean well. So that's that bit. Let's see. So, for instance, inaccurately describing your products as maternity wear or using repetitive and natural phrases that do not improve a product description, description's quality, aka keyword stuffing. That's another massive one. So we see a lot of people put in, this t-shirt would be great for son, daughter, mum, mother, mummy, Gigi, blah blah blah, dad, father. Don't do that stuff. Just, put in keywords that are related to that design. If the design is a graduation design, it's only for kids, for boys, just put, this would be great for boys that are graduating this year, 2019, or for any graduation ceremony, that kind of thing. So don't put, this would be great for mum, teacher, principal, professor, blah 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 blah. It's not going to help you, and Amazon is going to dump your listing right down because the algorithm doesn't realize that, or doesn't think that it would be relevant to any kind of keyword, because you're just stuffing it with so many keywords. That's another one to be mindful of. Again, here they're talking about customer confusion. They don't want to confuse people. The other main bit, guys, is the type of design that you're uploading, and this mainly relates to pop sockets. It also relates to other products, but mainly to pop sockets. So do not add artwork or content that requires special printing effects, including neon. So you can't put on keywords. I'm going to be specific here. Don't put any keywords that say neon or that are made with the neon effect, because Amazon does not have the printing capability to print neon. Okay, so that whether it be neon, metallic, foil, rose gold, gold, glitter, glow effect, glows in the dark, or glows in backlight, glows in the dark, sparkling, sequin, metal, wood, diamond, and gem designs. Don't use any of these keywords. So don't use any of these keywords, and don't add any designs that are like this, so, or that are made with these effects, because customers are going to think, oh, it's going to print like this, because a lot of the time they don't read the description or the bullets. They think, or they assume that it will print like this, but when they see it, they see it as a flat color, and they hate it. If I was a customer, I would hate it to receive something like this. So just be mindful of that, guys. And ultimately, if you do, even if you don't use the keywords and you use these kind of effects, Amazon will see that it printed flat. Maybe they will send the products, maybe not. And if you get any return because of that, guys, you will be in massive trouble. You will get you'll get a takedown and a strike on your account. You don't want that. And if they see a pattern of you manipulating the system and using it quite a lot, then they going to probably shut down your account. Who knows? So just be careful, guys. Solicitation for positive customer reviews. This has been since the beginning. You can't say, give us an honest review or anything like that. Don't talk about reviews whatsoever. Okay, in the description or wherever. External contact information. Again, we know you can't use your telephone numbers, emails, websites, that kind of thing, because Amazon, it's their platform, it's their data. Rightly so, they want to keep it. Design quality. You can't talk about design or quality, or this is a high quality design, this is a premium design. One thing I should mention, guys, just to clear it, if you're uploading to a single through a single upload feature, then you can't use this is a premium shirt, even on the premium. If you're uploading through the beta creation, multi-upload beta, you don't have to add premium, but they will add it for you. And what I've seen on the developer forums is you will not be judged for Amazon adding premium to your listing. So they will not take down your listing or give you a rejection or anything like that. So just bear that in mind. charities, non-profit campaigns. You can't talk about, this is from a charity, support this charity, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, just stay away from any of that kind of thing. And shipping and fulfillment. So you can't talk about, this product is made in the US, or this product is shipping from the US, or talking about shipping quality and that kind of thing. Don't do it. So the first thing, guys, that I would ask anybody who's embarking on merch by Amazon or thinking of doing merch by Amazon, the first thing is looking at this content policy and living it and breathing it, right? You'll find it in the merch by Amazon website, and I could probably drop a link below in the description as well for ease of access. Okay, so since copyright is one of the main pillars of the merch by Amazon policies, I wanted to talk about it and dedicate some more time to it, because we can talk about it for days and we will not finish because it's such a vast area. But I want to dedicate a little bit of time so I can talk about the basics that you need for merch by Amazon, because I really do believe that a lot of people lose their accounts mainly because of copyright and trademarks. So I found this great article by a Spreadshirt, which I want to share with you guys. So what is exactly copyright? Copyright, I would say, is the ownership of a piece of work, of an original piece of work. And the owner would own the right to distribute, commercialize, replicate, and profit from this in any way. However, you cannot profit from their original work. You need to come up with your own work. And as soon as you publish it, and this is the great thing about copyright, copyright law, as soon as you publish that work that is original, that is yours, let's say on Amazon or anywhere, then it is yours in copyright law, and you own the copyright to it. And anybody that comes in after and copies your work and publishes it, they will look at the publication date, and whoever can prove that they published their content first, and they will own that copyright. So just bear that in mind. And I get a lot of questions about designs that have been copied pixel for pixel, and how to report them to Amazon and that kind of thing. If you know it is your original design that you've started from scratch, that you've created yourself and not copied from anyone else, and you've uploaded it first to Amazon, anybody that has copied your work pixel for pixel will just get taken down. You would need to submit a report of infringement through an Amazon form, which you can find on Google. Just type Amazon copyright infringement form, and you'll find the link for it. I'll probably put a link in the description for it. But yeah, just fill out that copyright form. I'll probably dedicate another video because it's quite interesting looking at that. I'll probably dedicate a video to just how to submit a copyright infringement form. So let me know in the comments if you want a video for that. I'll create it specifically, because a lot of people are confused as to how to submit a copyright form and how to do it the right way, so you can make sure that your pixel for pixel designs, copies are taken down. So what is considered off limits? What is it that you can't do at all? Logos, any logos of a team, university, whatever, you cannot slap on a t-shirt and say it's yours, because it's not yours. You have not built that team, you have not invested that team, you don't own that team, you don't own anything to do with that team or university, whatever. So why would you put a logo of Harvard University on your t-shirt and profit from it? It's not yours. Don't do it. So that's the concept. Ask yourself, have I created this organization? Have I created this logo? No, don't do it. Pictures or artwork of sports teams, schools and universities. We've discussed that, so you can't do that. Characters from movies, books, comics and television shows. So again, you didn't make those television shows, you didn't make those comics and that kind of thing. So you can't profit from it. Okay? Viral contents like memes and YouTube videos. I see a lot of people, putting in memes and things like that on t-shirts. I would say stay away from it because it's not yours. Because at the end of the day, if the person who created that meme wants to sue you, then they can, because it's their thing, right? It's their thing. But if you do get permission from the owner of that meme with a letter and you submit it to Amazon, I would say I don't see a problem with that. Images found on search engines. A lot of people search on Google a picture of a sloth or a picture of an elephant or whatever, and they just slap it on a t-shirt with some saying. I would say make sure whatever you're getting that it clearly states this is free for commercial use, or if you're getting it from a website that you pay for, make sure that you have that license to use it. Otherwise, you're liable to being sued, and you don't want to be in that position. Celebrities, anything that's to do with celebrities, their names, they've worked so hard to create a name for themselves, and you think you can just come and take their name and put it on a t-shirt or their face, or a cartoon made from a celebrity or something like that. Just don't do it. Just try and be original, guys. That's all I can say. What designs can I legally add to my shop? They're talking about their shop, but what designs really can you do? So you could do anything that's royalty free, or anything that you own the commercial license to. Public domain pictures, so places like Pixabay, they are public domain, but make sure that people that submit pictures to Pixabay, they have not taken it from somewhere else. So you need to do a lot of digging to make sure that you're safe, to be honest, guys. And your original design. So anything you've created from scratch, it's yours. It's your copyright. How do you check for something that is copyrighted? So anything that has this C mark, this C mark here, and again, thinking about the tips that we've mentioned just earlier, so characters of movies, logos that are well known. You can't use the Coca-Cola logo on a t-shirt, these kind of things. These things are copyrighted, they are not yours. You don't own them. Don't use them. Anything that has a watermark, if there's a note that says this work is owned by so and so, just look. These are telltale signs that you just can't use, right? And just do your research. So important, guys. Don't say, "Oh, I can't see it, so I'm just gonna put it. I'm gonna put it on a design. I can't see where it's from." But if you have to ask yourself, this is a principle I always go by. If you have any doubt, leave it out. If you have to ask yourself, oh, maybe, shall I put it on? Shall I not? Da, 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 da. Don't do it. Just don't do it flat out. There's so many other opportunities that you can tackle. It's insane. But people always choose they are always attracted to things that are risky. I don't know why, but this is people's personality, isn't it? It's or mentality. Just stay away from it, okay? The obvious. It's not yours. You didn't create it. Yeah, I mentioned that. I just ask. The best way to get copyright information is from the source itself. So if you see something and you like it, you want to use it, ask the person who's submitted it. Is this yours? Is it copyrighted? Or whatever. Yeah, to try and seek further clarification. Are quotes protected by copyright? This is quite interesting. People are attracted to quotes and sayings because they affect us on an emotional level. This is absolutely true. That's why you see a lot of quotes from movies and TV series and things like that, and from authors or from politicians. People like to use those quotes, and people like to associate themselves with those quotes because they affect us on an emotional level. And that's why t-shirts designs with quotes are often top sellers among those with shops or anywhere in the POD platforms. Quotes are free to be used commercially when you think of them yourself. Again, going back to the concept of creating your original designs. However, things get a bit tricky when using quotes from copyrighted pieces of work. So we don't want to bore you with complicated legal details. So we've put together a list of do's and don'ts for t-shirt quotes. So do quotes, anything from public domain, authors who have been dead for over 70 years. So if an author has died 70 years ago or more, you can use their quotes. However, if they're either living or have only been dead for less than 70 years, then you can't use their quotes. Common sayings you can use. Anything that's common, that is not copyrighted, trademarked, that is not registered, then you can use. Sayings that are too short to be protected by copyright law. So things like mum, that can't be copyrighted or trademarked because it's such a common word, or I want, or things like that. Anything that's too short to be copyrighted, anything that's too short that we always use, yeah, it's fine. You can use it if you want. Parodies. Parodies are, taking a concept and, using it for something else, but not clearly damaging the original work. What I'll do is I'll do a definition so you guys can see parodies. Definition. So parody, an imitation of the style of a particular writer, artist, or genre with deliberate exaggeration for comic effect. So you're imitating their style, you're imitating the original work, but not copying it directly. You're just looking at the style, you're looking at the concept, and you're exaggerating it in such a way that it makes it more comical, you see. So yeah, that's what my understanding of parody. If you guys don't agree, please post in the comments why you disagree, just to get those comments going. Where were we? Here. Don't quote. So anything from a living author. Again, anything from an author that has been deceased for less than 70 years. Trademark material, corporate slogans. So like, I'm loving it. You can't use that because it belongs to McDonald's and clearly is copyrighted. It's clearly trademarked. And stay away from it. Scripted or literary works of art. Okay. How you can copyright design for t-shirts. I don't advocate copyrighting them and paying for them, because you'll be paying for thousands of designs, and I don't think personally it's worth it. Again, the decision is yours, but I would say the way copyright law works is as soon as you upload an original design, it is copyrighted immediately. So I think that's one of the benefits of copyright law. So why would you want to pay for it on top of that? How much does it cost to copyright design? $35, something like that. So yeah, this is what I want to share with you guys in terms of copyright. I hope it helps. So now onto the subjects of trademarks. Again, as we discussed, you can't use anything that's copyrighted or trademarked. Now, trademarks can be designs and it can be text. Okay, so most people come across these trademarks that are text because they use a keyword or whatever on their listings. So in order for you to make sure that your keywords and your text designs are not trademarked, you need to search for them initially. And the best website I would recommend to anyone would be USPTO, even though it's not very user friendly, but it is the best because it's going to the source, isn't it? There are other places like TM Hunt and Trademark here, but I will go through this one first. So what we'll do is, let's say we're going to search for trademarks that says all I care about is, or if you're thinking of you've seen this kind of t-shirt and it's selling everywhere else, but you want to check whether it's trademarked or not, you would go to basic what was it, basic word mark search, and you would I like to look at just live. I don't care about dead. And then you do plural and singular because you want to search for plural and singular words. And we would just type all I care about is and see what comes up. And then we do a submit query. Okay. So we can see that it has a serial number and it has a registration number. So sometimes when a mark is given a serial number and a registration number, and not a registration number, that means it's not fully complete. So you want to make sure the ones to stay away from. To be honest with you, if something is there and even if it doesn't have a registration number, I would stay away from it, because the likelihood is it will get a registration number and you're not aware that it got a registration number, and then it's your responsibility to take that design down. And because Amazon is not going to knock on your door and say, oh, we've noticed that one of your designs has been trademarked, so we are letting you know you should take it down. They're not going to do that. They're just going to take it down for you. They'll do you that favor and they'll slap you with a strike, or if you have too many of those, they'll shut your account. So okay, back to it. I would click on all I care about is, and I want to check for the goods and services codes. Now for t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, what else? Long sleeves, the ID or the class as they call it is 025. Okay, that if you see 025, it's 100% protected. You cannot touch it. You can't do anything with it. However, if it's listed under another class and there's no 025, then I would probably get into it. Depends. Do your due diligence. It's up to you. But it's not protected for that category of clothing, of t-shirts and hoodies and that kind of thing. For pop sockets, it's 09. Okay, or 009. Okay, and as you can see, it's been published. It's been filed in November the 18th, 2014. Published for opposition 2015. Registration date 2015. So it's been registered by this person here. Okay, and it is live, right? So these are the indications you need to look for. Another website I can check as well, although it's a third-party website, it's not the source. It pulls its data from the source, which is USPTO. So I would suggest you use that, but in case you find this one more user-friendly, which I find it is for class 025. So would put all I care about. Actually, let's try something different. Let's try Mama Bear, which is it's subject to a lot of debate at the moment. I don't say debate. It's subject to a lot of controversy. Very controversial. I don't think that mark should have been submitted, but hey ho, it is what it is. Because I don't believe that person owns the mark. Mama Bear is such a common word. It's been there forever, and who knows who created it, but for all I know, I don't think the person who submitted the mark is the person that owns that mark. So if you don't own the mark, you don't submit the mark. That's it. But let's say Mama Bear, what would it come with? Right, so it looks like a few people have tried to submit it before. Not sure if it's the same person, but look, so many designs submitted under the mama bear, and one text mark has been submitted. So if we click on it, it will take us to the USPTO website, and here you can see the status and the examination. You can see what's going on with that mark. You can see the goods and services, so for t-shirts, hoodies, la la la. But the main thing is it doesn't have a registration number. It doesn't have a serial number. Or maybe it does have a serial number. But it doesn't have a registration number, so it's not complete. You know, the mark is 100% not complete. You can go ahead and use it. However, if this mark gets accepted, which I doubt it will, but if it does get accepted, it's your responsibility to take it down. Okay? Just make sure of that. And then another one is Trademark here, if you want to check it out as well. So let's say all I care about is search, and here it says all I care about is, it's a live mark and it's registered. You can read more to check more details. Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much about Trademark. Don't complicate it. Whenever you want to kind of use something that you see on the internet that's trending, la la la, you need to make sure that it's not trademarked. Otherwise, you'll get dinged. And this is the way to do it. This is how you check for it. What else we're going to talk about? What else? I also have some resources that I kind of compiled for you guys, which I'll probably drop on my. I'll leave in a section in the group, Merch by Amazon Ninjas, which I'll leave the link to in YouTube under the description, so you guys can go to it and check out. Make sure you become a member of the group. There we have a lot of discussions about merch, new stuff, and tips and tricks all the time. So make sure you become part of it if you're seriously interested in making a lot of money from Merch by Amazon. But things that I kind of thought about that I feel really makes a difference when it comes to being successful on Merch by Amazon. You need to have a lot of drive and motivation, and you need to really put in a lot of hard work, guys. When I started, and even now, I mean, you can probably look from my eyes, but sometimes I don't sleep because I want to learn more. I want to watch YouTube videos, My favorite people, I would say, RJ Martinez, great guy, puts out a lot of work, and Matt Sheeran. They have this show together, Real Talk. Absolutely amazing, gold. I listen to it all the time, and I watch them, what they do, what content they come out with, and it's pure gold. Some of you guys might say it's ass licking, but it's not. It's just giving credit where credit is due. You see, you have to give credit where credit is due. The first time I heard about merch is from RJ Martinez, one of RJ Martinez's videos. I can't remember which one it is, but you have to give credit. At the end of the day, we are all people that learn from each other. We share knowledge. We have to share knowledge, otherwise knowledge will be extinct, right? So if you guys stumble upon this video and hear me talk about RJ and Matt, check out their videos. They do some really great videos. Also, people like Neil Lassen, the owner of Merch Informer, he puts out some great videos. I'm a subscriber to Merch Informer, by the way, because I find it's such great value for money. So yeah, if you want to find out about more tools and things that I use, I'll probably make another video, and I'll leave also a list of all the tools that I use on my group, Merch by Amazon Ninjas, so you guys can check it out. And I'll leave the link in the description so you can check it out there. The other thing I thought about, you need to keep learning. You need to keep learning all aspects of the business. things like promotion, things like keyword research, what sort of designs to get into, what niches are profitable, how do you identify that those niches are going to be profitable, trends. There's so many moving parts in this business. How to list. You have to know all of these things. And if you don't know them, seek ways of learning them, because it's only going to help you in the long run. Um, do you guys have any design experience? Right? If you're a designer, that's perfect. Hit the ground running. But what I find is as well, some designers know how to design, but they may not be geared towards the t-shirt business. So if you don't know how to design for t-shirts, or you haven't done it before, look at people on YouTube. Look at Amazon. Actually, check Amazon first, top designs, and see why those designs are doing well. Ask yourself, who is this design aimed for? Which demographic? And why would somebody want to buy this design? And when you start asking yourself these questions, you'll come up with the answers yourself, and make your designs based on the answers that you've come up with. And so that your designs will actually sell, not just stay on Amazon for 6 months and then drop off. So if you're a designer, make sure you make your designs geared towards the t-shirt business. And if you're not a designer, you need to figure out whether you want to learn how to design, or whether you want to hire a designer. I would say learn how to design as well. I did it too. I learned everything from scratch. I'm by no means an expert. I'm by no means professional, but my designs do sell. Everything that I've sold so far, apart from like 2 designs which I got from Amazon, no, not from Amazon, from Fiverr, I think. The first 2 or 3 designs that I put on Merch by Amazon, I got from Fiverr. One of them sold like 3 times or something, but yeah, I wanted to learn myself because I didn't want to invest in it first. But now the workload is just getting too ridiculous and I cannot scale, so I want to hire designers. I'm actually in the process of checking out designers on onlinejobs.ph. Really, really great website. So yeah, make that decision. Do you want to learn? Do you think that it's worth your time, your effort to learn designing, or do you want to just hire designers and hit the ground running quickly? I would say to hit the ground running quickly, initially hire designers, and put out designs on Merch by Amazon. And then while you're doing that and your designs are selling, then make sure you learn how to design. Because if you want to scale a design that your designer gave you, then you can always do that if you know how to design, that kind of thing. What else do we have here? Design programs that I mainly use Illustrator at the moment. You can use Photoshop. I use it for some applications, but it's not my main design program. You can use GIMP if you want to have a free program, because Adobe stuff is not free. I think it's like, I can't remember how much it is. It's like $49.99 that I pay for the Adobe Creative Suite. You can use the Over app. I used it before. It's pretty good. You can use the free or the paid version. And you can use WordSwag if you just want to use some really basic text designs if you're on the move. Where can you learn how to design? I literally learned from YouTube. And it's with experience, When you learn new skills on how to design and you see a design and you think, oh, maybe I can do it this way. Maybe I can use this trick to do it. And then if you don't know, then you search for how to do this trick on YouTube. And one thing makes you jump to another, and you add 1 and 1 and they become 2, and bit by bit you learn. So don't ever say, oh, it's too hard, I'm not a designer. Yes, you may not be a designer, but it's something you can learn. And I always say, if you believe in something so much, you can achieve it. I literally never ever put a limitation upon myself. if you say to yourself, you know what, I think I can do this, you can do it. Just go with that mindset of you can do it, and look at ways, assess different ways of making it work, and try different ways of making it work, and one of them will make it work, right? So this is how it is, you know. But it takes a lot of drive, a lot of ambition, a lot of focus. You can't do something for one day and say, oh, it doesn't work. You have to put in the effort. And another thing as well with Merch by Amazon, most people don't put in the right amount of effort to see a successful outcome. They put in a month of work. A month is merely starting. It's barely, you know, getting your feet wet. It's not enough time to determine whether that business model works or not. So put in a lot of work. I think I rambled quite a lot, guys, on this video. I just wanted to talk about the really main basics that you need to think about and know and learn to be successful on merch. And it doesn't guarantee you'll be successful. It doesn't. You know, I'm not going to say I'm some kind of guru who's going to give you everything, and if you follow it like this, you're going to be successful. You know, results will vary depending upon your motivation. You know, I'm somebody that can work literally 24 hours non-stop until I'm like dead. I put in my mind to something and I go for it, and I just keep going until I can't go anymore. Then I'll sleep for a little bit, then wake up, and if my goal is I'm going to achieve this, then I'll go for it. Having a schedule is so important. Making sure that you know what you're doing for today, the next day, the next day. Having a plan, you know, having a marketing calendar. Knowing what you're going to design for. Oh, one more thing. Very important. Always design way ahead, so that your designs get ranked and sell for the main trend. You know, I try to at least design 3 months ahead, even though some people might say that's like too late because people are already in the trend. If you can design 6 months ahead, well, maybe 5 months, 6 months, 4 months ahead, you know, always try and design ahead so that your t-shirt's rank. That's a really, really important piece of information right there. But in terms of the basics, the preparation to start, you need to know this is not an easy business. This is not a business that you can just do for, you know, 1 hour a week to be really successful, right? You need to dig deeper and dive into it, you know, head first, and keep diving, you know. Again, it depends what sort of success you want. If you just want some side money, side hustle, yeah, you can spend 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, fine. You know, if you're looking to get hundreds in a month, but to get thousands in a month, you need to have you know, some proper investments of your time and money in that business. So that's pretty much about it, guys. I think I've talked a lot, I've rambled a lot, but I want this to be a very heart-to-heart conversation. I want this to be like no gimmicks, nothing fake, just how it is, right? I'm showing you my what do you call it? My dashboard, so you guys can see how I do. So yesterday I did 102. I'm not bragging here, guys. You need to understand, right? You need to understand that I'm just merely showing you that you can get this business, you know, how you want it. And it's not how I want it at the moment. I want it to be like much bigger than this. I want to scale. I want to do like 400, 500 a day, maybe thousands a day. It is possible if you scale, if you have it at such a massive scale with a team of designers working for you, with, you know, people advising you on how to do things, that kind of things. As a one-man show, which I am at the moment, it is hard to scale bigger than this. And, you know, I know people like Bo Pollard, for example, you know, absolute legend. I have never spoken to him. I've just seen him on Facebook. I mean, this, you know, he's doing great. I don't know how he's doing now because he doesn't talk too much at the moment. But, you know, as a one-man show, he's doing absolutely amazing. He pulls like 16K months and stuff like that. But you know, it's what can be achieved and what can be possible. So never ever put limitations upon yourself. I am not somebody who, you know, I'm not the best person that does well on merch, but you know, I'm doing all right for myself. I understand that, you know, I can put in more work and maybe I can hire designers and stuff like that. And that's what I'm planning to do. But what you guys need to know that it is possible. Don't put limitations on yourself. And I'm gonna keep drumming it on your heads. You need to forget about what other people tell you on groups, or merch is dead, or merch doesn't work anymore, there's too much competition. Yes, there is too much competition. But what are you going to do about it? You can either cry about it, moan about it, or you can use that time, that energy, that effort that you're putting in to cry and moan about it and come up with, you know, more designs, creative designs, and volume of designs, and put it into Amazon and see what happens, you know? So yeah, the effort that's required to be successful on merch is knowing what effort is required is so important. And keep trying, you know. If you only work in 7 days, if let's say your merch by Amazon is your main business and you only work in seven hours a day and you're not seeing great results, try and put in 10 hours a day. But you know, you can't put in 10 hours a day of stuff that doesn't work, that you know doesn't work. You need to identify things that work and invest time in those things. You know, invest time in or use your skills effectively. If you know you're really good at designing, then spend time designing. If you know you're really good at research, spend more time in research and delegate other uh, other stuff or other tasks to designers that are going to create good designs for you. So it's a massive area, you know, running a successful business, and it does apply to lots of other businesses. But yeah, I think I've talked too much, guys, and I really hope you don't get bored by everything that I had to say. Um, if you like this video, make sure you just hit that thumbs up. Let me know. It just lets me know whether you like my content or not, or what things I need to improve on. I know I'm a new channel. I haven't run a YouTube channel before, but I want to learn this business. It's a new skill. It's a new thing to do, and you know, there's nothing stopping us from learning new things. But for me to be able to improve, I need to get feedback. And you know what? It can be criticism, not problem. I'll take that criticism and work on it and hopefully improve for next videos. So if you like this video, please hit a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to follow my progress. My next goal is to hit 1,000K in royalties. I've only been in merch for the past how long? So I started properly back in January 2018. So we're talking 15 months. 15 months, coming up to the 16th month. Yeah, subscribe so you can follow my journey. Subscribe so you can, you know, learn new tips and tricks, things that hopefully are going to help you. I'm not going to charge for any of these things that I talk about, because I'm a firm believer that transferring knowledge is amazing. Transferring knowledge helps us all grow, and hopefully I can learn from people that I speak to, you know. I've learned great things. I'm going to talk about it again. Great things from, you know, Matt, RJ, Neil, and a few others. And sorry if I haven't mentioned your name, but I listen to a lot of resources, a lot of videos. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and you know, people that provide their information for free just for the sake of helping other people. It's such a noble act, and you know, and I believe that you can't just keep taking from the world. You want to give. You want to give the world things that you've learned as well. So yeah, check it out, guys. Follow the channel, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Post it down below in the comments anything that you want to ask me related to merch by Amazon, anything I should improve on. If you hate my videos, let me know. If you want me to improve on certain things, let me know. Just yeah, whatever comes to mind. Just don't insult. You can say my screenshots are fake. No problem. Let me prove it to you. What I'll do is I'm just gonna resize it. Actually, I'm gonna resize this thing. Hold on. It's not allowing me for some reason. Why is that? Here we go. Here we go. One sec. Right. I'm gonna do this because when I refresh, yeah, these will show, and I don't want to show my sales. Okay, so we'll just refresh like this. As you can see, same sales, it's all live, and I'm going to hide, and now I can show all of it, right? So no one can say these things are fake, these screenshots are fake, blah, 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 blah. We've heard it all before. Yeah, guys, it's been fun talking to you. Again, look forward to the next video, but your comments will help me decide what the next video is going to be about. So yeah, make sure you leave a comment, a few comments actually. Looking for lots and lots of comments from you guys. Right, okay. Peace out. Have a good one, guys, and yeah, take care.